Welcome into Alta High School for Alta High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Opal Luxury Services, as Alta in the early part of their region schedule, second region game of the year, take on the Skyline Eagles here at home. Thanks for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Jeff Larson. Jeff, Alta, such a strong start. Skyline dropped their region opener. We should have a fun game here tonight.
It should be a fun game, Dane. And the great thing about the underdog is they get a lot of energy. They come out, play hard, and you never know, they might get the upset.
Well, you talk about the underdog. Skyline coming in 8-4 overall. They've lost their last three, including that first region game against Brighton, led by Landon Shaw. And look, he's been 16-6 this year. He's had a great year for Skyline this year. Does he have enough to try to keep pace with the Alta Hawks? Well, I think that's a big question tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to see. The other thing is going to have to be a team effort. Try and keep Alta out of transition, keep him from getting the fast break points. I'm also interested to see Landon's matchup if he ends up guarding Jackson, and see how that goes with that defensive assignment.
Well, you talk about Alta up and down the floor. You talk about the length of Jackson, amongst others. This is a loaded Alta High team. They're 12-1, 1-0 in region play. Their lone loss coming out of state. They beat Corner Canyon in-state. They beat East in their region opener by 30, and they're looking for more here tonight. Ace Reiser's been fantastic. Jackson Johnson, the future Utah Ute, can stroke it from the outside. It's an up-and-down team for Alta, and they're lighting up the scoreboard night in, night out.
Right, and that takes more than just two guys, right? They've got guys across their whole roster that can score, put the ball in the basket, and that makes it hard to be able to guard them and stop them.
You talk about a lot of guys that can score. We talk about Ace, who's coming through the starting lineup right now. Obviously, Jackson Johnson as well. Been a great year for the sophomore Dash Riser. He's averaging 10 points per game. Nice little, I don't want to say change of pace because he plays very similarly to Ace, but he's got a bright future ahead. Carter Joliak is a loaded roster for Coach Award, and they've been flexing their muscle in the early part of the season and now into region play. Jeff, what are you most excited to see here tonight in this matchup?
I just want to see whether Skyline can stay up with Alta, right? Let's keep it close in the first half, and then see if we can get into the second half and make it a game and get some excitement down the stretch.
Skyline in their road, blue and gold. Alta in the home white, as it's the Hawks and the Eagles. Will they have a battle through the air with that long ball? We'll find out as Alta High Basketball here on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by Opal Luxury Services. Ready to tip off this second game of region play for Alta. Good crowd here tonight for the Hawks. The student section just coming off the mountain for this one. It's
yeah, they are.
All snow gear. Game night tonight.
With the snow we got, it'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice to be up there skiing with them? Unfortunately, some of us had to work, but
Yeah, I got bad news for them. The snow right now is just in the mountains, nothing in the valley. They're a little overdressed here tonight.
They might get a little bit warm, jumping up and down and getting excited over there.
That's why you got some shorts over there. We got Jackson Johnson going up against Landon Shaw for the tip-off, and this one controlled by Alta. I want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, that sort of a thing, and to keep it trued up with the official clock here in the stadium. This is Johnson with it, being defended by Kai Sorensen. Jackson takes the three. That hits the support, will go to Skyline.
Kind of a quick isolation there for Jackson. Rather than attack, decided to try and pull up for three. We'll see if they start attacking downhill at the basket.
It's pretty remarkable because you look at the shooting. You have three Alta Hawks who shoot over 40% from long range. Jeff, is that good?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Pretty good. You see Ace poke that out. Stay here. The Skyline team last year had so much scoring. It graduated as seniors, and talking about Landon Shaw's had to carry the load, but they've got a plethora of guys who are averaging 6, 7 a game. You talk about the balance, the team effort. We'll see if that can show up tonight. Here's Rasmussen, had a little bit of space. And looking for that lob. That's a tough throw as Landon Shaw never really able to establish himself. Reiser. Oh, nice little move by Ace. Can't get the roll at home. Skyline up the floor. Lustgarden played over with Rasmussen. Now back here with Ite. Lustgarden baseline, giving that. Shaw trying to drive on Johnson. Gets to the rim, just short.
Good drive, just got to finish.
Here is Dash. Little step through, given to Goodfellow. Johnson straight away for three. That rimmed out. This might be the longest scoreless streak of the season for Alta. Well, going almost 90 seconds here. Oh, offensive foul. It's going to go against Sorensen, his first. The illegal screen. Reiser bring it up the floor. Goodfellow, defended by Rasmussen, coming off that Goodfellow or that Doliak screen. That shot short. That's what you need if you're Skyline to get stops early.
Well, it was good defense there too, right? With Shaw picking up the dribble and forcing the tough lay-in.
Here's Rasmussen looking for Shaw. Doliak defending, Landon. Help coming, little turnaround, won't go. Here's Ace. Picked up by Wells. Ace working inside. Little left-handed reverse for the opening bucket. So crafty. And we've got a foul up high. Not quite certain what the holdup was there. We're good to go. Rasmussen. That's a good close out there by Dash. Lustgarden. Looking for that entry. Nice job by Ace to front it. Here's Shaw. He'll take the three. That's off the mark. And it will go out of play as the Alta Hawk student section will let Landon know about that shot.
So Skyline's having a little bit of trouble here early trying to get the ball into the paint. Right, Alta's cutting them off and making them keep it outside. We'll see whether they can start to get that penetration in the paint that they've been trying to get later in the game.
We've seen Alta front a lot defensively, and when you've got the length on that backside, it makes it really hard to get those entry passes. Here's Johnson, little turnaround fadeaway. Jackson Johnson with his first bucket. His length is so problematic. You get in that situation, so difficult to defend. Lustgarden inside, Shaw, denied by Johnson. Rode out for Dash, and fouled on the shot. It'll be Dash Reiser to the free throw line.
And that is Alta right there, right? Get a good stop on defense, get out in transition, get a fast break basket. In this case, a foul and 2 free throws.
Yeah, an opportunity here to take a couple of D2D millionaire free throws. If you're in the home service industry and looking to break revenue records in 2024, Door to Door can help you do it. Lenny Gray, author of Door to Door Millionaire books, and his team can customize a D2D program for any home service company. Schedule a free consultation by going to lennygray.com. Reiser good on the first. One more here. Makes them both. Oh.
Alta fans, you got Cole Compton coming in for you tonight.
Couldn't tell if that was going to be a lane violation there or not. It was not. It was just a substitution. So 6-0, the early advantage here for the Hawks. Bierman giving to Shaw. Out of that corner. Miscommunication. Here's Compton on the run. Giving to Doliak. And a timeout taken by Skyline as Alta has 4 different scores and an 8-0 lead. Just how you want to draw it up if you're the Hawks. Timeout, Skyline. We'll step aside and be back. You're watching Alta High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Opal Luxury Services. Welcome back. Good look at that Skyline huddle. Coach Marcus Frazier, second year, the head man at Skyline. Great job last year. And talking about new players having to step up into new roles for the Eagles. This is a situation that, let's see. who can step up on the road against one of the top teams in the state coming out of this timeout.
So, Dave, for Skyline, it'd be good to get them to get more ball movement side to side, get the ball moving, get the defense of Alta moving so they can open up those driving lanes, get the kickouts for the three, or straight all the way to the basket.
Here's Shaw. Oh, miscommunication. It just feels, Jeff, like they've just been out of rhythm. We've seen a couple of those where players expecting a teammate to be in one spot, they aren't. Just hasn't been meshed well.
Or two players in the same spot, right? Preventing someone else from getting to where they want to go.
A substitution here for Coach Frazier as we see the junior Carson Kafusi checking in. Saw him in the JV game. Big kid, 6'5", 250. See if he can help hold down the paint. Oh, nice play, but it's blocked away by Rasmussen.
Good recovery.
Skyline on the run. And David Youngman averaging 7 points a game, but gives it up.
Great transition defense from Alta to get back and stop that.
And we talk about Alta and their scoring, but their defense really underrated because it's tough. Ace right to the rim, left it short.
One of the biggest things about their defense is the pressure they put on the ball. Right? They get up, they pressure the ball. You see that double team off the screen. Just try and make sure that they don't have the easy passing.
Kafusi trying to work, and it's the help on the collapse down, able to take it away. Ace working over to Goodfellow. It's 10-0, and how about 5 different scores for Alta on 10 points? That's Alta High basketball.
Always looking up the court. Always look up the court.
Never miss an opportunity to run. Ace. Over with Goodfellow, the lob to Johnson. 12-0 as Jackson Johnson has the Mighty Dog Roofing dunk on the alley-oop.
Not the start Skyline was hoping for.
Not the start they were hoping for. Timeout, Eagles. We'll stay here. We want to thank our sponsors that make this possible. Of course, Alta High Basketball brought to you by Opal Luxury Services. Do you have marble countertops? Do they stain and etch easily? If you don't want to worry anymore about stains or etching, contact Opal Luxury Services and see how their state-of-the-art stone sealer technology can change your life forever. Find them online or on social media at Opal Luxury Services and at opalluxuryservices.com. Mention this ad to receive $200 off your stone sealer treatment from Opal Luxury Services. Jeff, if you're Coach Frazier and you're Skyline, what are you telling your group right now to try to get settled in this game?
First of all, I'll tell them, take a breath. It's all right. We can do this. Let's just get a basket. Get the lid off the basket, and then just keep playing hard.
A lot easier said than done. You see Reiser pressuring the ball at half court.
That's what I said, that tough pressure is just keeping them,
He traveled?
He's going to call that for a travel.
Yeah.
Not a bad move. If you get the extra step,
In the NBA, that's a great move, right?
Yeah, yes.
High school, we're not quite there yet. 3 on the way. That missed on the attempt from Papke.
Here we go. A nice fast break.
Boy, that's when we're attack the rim, right? Oh, there you go. Nice take. Count the bucket for James Becker. First field goal today for Skyline. And one will head to the line.
You get a defensive stop and get out in transition. That helps a lot in getting easy baskets.
Jeff, I don't know about you. I'm still a little old school. I'm still not quite ready for all this transition 3 stuff. And that time Becker was able to get to the line. How about the run out there for Johnson? 2 more for Jackson.
A fast break after a made free throw.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Speaks to their quickness and athleticism. Little spin there by Lindquist, trying to penetrate. Kafusi giving this back to Becker. Becker trying to drive, and a foul called here. Boy, there's a lot of help coming from that Alta, especially the guards on the collapse down on those drives.
So you see from Skyline, they're doing a lot of either a quick screen and then it's all dribble drive. And see, you want to see if they can get something else where they can pass it, set a screen for somebody without the ball, and then move it and see if they can get it inside or get an open three.
Plus guarding, giving that over. Dash there defending Bierman. Bierman willing to play that out. Little spin move here for Bo. There you go, Bo Bierman.
You had the clear out that took that extra defender out with the back cut and opened up that lane right to the basket.
There's Reiser, Dash working off that screen from McKay. Sends out, three on the way. Bo Compton able to hit the three. The first handles ice cream three of the contest for Alta, hit by the senior Bo Compton. 17-5 our score, 40 seconds to go here, opening quarter. Deflected but kept here by Lindquist. That one on the floor, kept by Compton, Alta on the run. Shot clock turned off for the remainder of the corner. Is Dash able to give it a look? Clock down to 15. Johnson, defended by Kafusi. Jackson, boy, he wanted that step back. Nice defense there by Kafusi. Compton on the drive to the rim, off the window, won't go. Put back from McKay, no good, and fouled. And Matt McKay will head to the free throw line here to shoot two for the Hawks.
I was impressed with that defense from Kafusi there on Jackson. That was great defense, keeping his feet, staying in front, reaching his hand down, trying to knock the ball out a little bit, cause him to lose handle and have to pass it away.
There's 0.1 second left in the quarter, so we'll fill the lanes here as McKay hits the first. One more here for the Alta football player as well. Quarterback, running back, receiver does it all as he misses the free throw, and that'll do it. First quarter in the books. What a start for Alta. 18-5. They lead Skyline. You're watching Alta High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Opal Luxury Services. Welcome back. 18-5. Alta out in front. How about 7 different scores for Alta in that first quarter?
And so many of them in transition, right? Fast break points, getting out quick, trying to get those easy buckets. That leads you to a 13-point lead.
Oh, great. The students have done it now. We've got a bleacher mishap. They got it all fixed there. Got to get the skiers back on the mountain. There you go. Oh, that defense came over. Becker, he'll take the three on the step back. Short. Tapped out. It'll stay here. It's a good look there.
Yes.
Official here, I don't know if he was given a look at the clock. Yeah, I think that was the case.
You can hear Coach Fraser telling his team, set screens, set screens. He wants more of that player movement.
Shaw going up. That was just short. That's a great look for their leading scorer. Baseline, Goodfellow kicks out. Dash, thought about the three. He'll pull up here from 12 instead. Short, tapped over. This will be out of play, and it will stay here.
Keep it up, James.
Dash here to inbound with Ace. Well, that's a tough drive from Ace, drawing the contact.
Great drive. I have to say, Dane, I love a good baseline out of bounds play. I don't know that was a good one, but Ace made it good with a catch, fake, and drive right to the basket.
Well, my thing, I always watch for where the inbounder goes, and when you've got Dash throwing in to Ace, Dash going right to that corner, it does open up that driving lane for Dash to be able to take advantage. This lineup puts a lot of defenses in very difficult spots as Ace makes them both.
Yeah, when your whole team can shoot the three-pointer, that makes it difficult to come off them to try and help in the help side.
How about Ace with the steal? Reiser able to finish it off. 6 points now for Ace.
Here comes that pressure again.
He's just relentless. I love watching Ace Riser play.
Good screen by Shaw.
Extra pass, Rasmussen, low baseline drive. That's what you talked about, Jeff. That ball movement creates opportunities, opening up that defense.
Right, and that screen from Shaw helped pull the second defender off from that double, and then they were able to get it around and get that nice drive on the baseline.
Nice bucket there for Dash.
Staying here with Alta.
That's a kicker if you're a Skyline fan. Substitution here. Lustgarden back on the floor. 6.5 to go here. Our clock just got a little misaligned, so we're just going to let that catch up as Kai Sorensen coming back on the floor here for the Eagles. Here's Ace. Oh, how about that?
That was a terrific pass.
There's not a lot of room there to fit that in. And it's McKay on the receiving end. Shaw works up Sorensen. Landed on the drive, blocked by Doliak.
Really good footwork on the defense end there for Doliak.
Handed to McKay.
It looked like he was going to go try and go up and pack that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
He didn't quite get there, but still got the 2.
Here's Rasmussen. He'll take the 3. There you go.
Well, that was much needed.
He's got all 5 of their points in this second quarter coming from David Rasmussen for the Eagles. Dash, pull up.
That's his spot. When he gets right inside the free throw line, he makes that a lot.
And he's just a sophomore. I mean, we've seen Ace Riser for years, and now we get Dash. So talented. It makes me feel really bad because as a 6-foot basketball player, I couldn't play like they play at 5'8" and 5'11". Here's Shaw, the 3, Landon Shaw with his first field goal.
Those are his first points of the game, right?
Yep, they are.
Good bucket.
And he needs that, right? Like, get that confidence going.
And Skyline needs that.
Yes, they do. Ace for the answer won't go. Rebounded there by Skyline. Here's Shaw, has Rasmussen trying to attack. Offensive foul. That was a great call.
That was a good call. He got there and he was there in time. You know, Shaw tried to do the little Euro step to try and get around him. Just too much momentum.
Yeah, substitutions here for Alta. Compton, Pepke, and Johnson all back on the floor here for Alta. 4.5 to go here, opening half. Shaw, I believe that was his first foul, I think. Johnson on the 3. No. Tapped by Compton, but secured by Skyline. Oh, boy. Yeah, Ace going to be called for the foul here.
I'm glad they called that. That's a foul. And you see a lot of times where they won't call that because he didn't land on him or things like that, but that was definitely a foul.
Shot defended by Johnson. Sorensen. You see that defense collapse down again. Compton able to deflect it away. Alta on the run. Bo handing back. Papke, the 3.
There's your transition 3, gang. That's what the kids are doing nowadays.
That is exactly what they're doing. And it leads to a lot of Handel's ice cream. Another sweet 3 for Alta. And now we'll get the tie up.
Oh, they call the jump ball.
Yep.
He was trying to call for timeout, but the ref didn't give him the timeout, called the jump ball.
I think that's one of the toughest calls, is the timeout on those scrums. Doliak. And another timeout, third of the half, taken from Skyline. as it is all Alta here in the first half. 3.5 to go. 35-13 Alta. We talked about up and down the floor. Hasn't even been the legs. We've seen a lot of passes over the top of that Skyline D that Alta's been able to finish off. A couple threes that haven't even been hit by the main scorers of Alta. And here with a 22-point lead.
Still that ball pressure. Ball pressure, ball pressure.
Becker. Still holding it here. Got to do something. Able to get that with Sorensen.
It's a good shot. Good short corner baseline.
First field goal for Kai for the Eagles tonight. Reiser. Get the mismatch.
Got the switch.
Yep. Doliak. Oh, nice move.
Good move.
Count the bucket for Carter Doliak. That's just a series of unfortunate events for Skyline.
Just good footwork, good fakes, spin back, get the and one.
Back to the line here for the DDD Millionaire free throw for Carter Doliak on the three-point play, able to hit it. It's the other thing I love about this. I mean, Ace, you get the switch. He could certainly drive Kafusi, but instead looking for Doliak, it's really about finding the best opportunity, and Alta just feels like they're so well meshed and looking for each other. No one's really out for their own, and it's been that way in this first half tonight.
On that last play, ref called a little bit late, but one of the Skyline players tried to back cut and was grabbed by the Alta player, kept him from going. So they got that foul, so Skyline out of bounds.
Second team foul on Alta, 3 on Skyline. Kafusi finding a little bit of room, can't get it to go. Johnson with the board. Reiser to Doliak.
No look, underhand pass.
I got to start paying attention to the shot clock. I'd be shocked if these shots are taking longer than 6-7 seconds on some of these possessions.
Most of them not.
The substitution here, Jackson Langford, the junior, checking in for Alta. And Carter Goodfellow back on the floor as well for the Hawks.
Jackson Langford.
That one mishandled. Langford almost came up with it.
That pressure on the dribble handoff just making it difficult to even get the ball to the next guy.
I said it early. They're known for their offense, but they should be known for their defense. It's gritty. Sorensen with the field goal.
That's 2 from about that spot for Kai.
And I don't know if you saw this, but Johnson grabs the ball to inbound, and he's looking for the heave immediately as Dash able to finish at the rim.
Just so quick.
A little back
Great
cut.
back door.
Yep. Boy, and Alta able to recover. Becker floats it up and scores it.
So that was great for Skyline because you get multiple drives to the basket, guys collapsing, having to get back out, moving it around, and multiple drives for a nice floater.
Dash sends out Goodfellow, the open 3. No! Doliak with the putback.
Rebound putback, number 15.
Carter now at 10.
Skyline wanted to go over the back on that, but the ball came out too far, right to where Doliak was coming.
That's where the length really hurts you, right? Because they're long enough. They don't have to go through a player to get those boards. How about Rasmussen? Nice drive.
Yeah. Skyline bucket number 2, David Rasmussen.
Skyline finally getting more of what they wanted.
Yep.
Getting to the basket, getting some open shots. And there you go, good defensive turnover.
Yeah, giving up there. Doliak was looking for help, wasn't there. Becker, baseline, to the rim, too strong. Reiser able to gather, tried to throw off, but ended up being his own way to Kafusi.
That's the kind of energy that Skyline needs.
Yeah. Good little push here late in this half for Skyline as we're down to the final 10 seconds. Sent over. Langford from the corner. Handles ice cream 3 by Jackson Langford to close out the first half. And it's 47-23 Alta. But before we send you off for halftime, we've got a special presentation here for Alta. For those of you unaware, Jackson Johnson, what a career he's had here for the Alta Hawks. He scored his 1,000th point just a couple weeks ago when they were down in Arizona. And tonight, the Alta Hawks will honor their senior and future Utah Ute with recognition of his 1,000th point. We'll let you listen in.
A huge accomplishment, a milestone that has reached our very own Jackson Johnson. On December 19th, Jackson hit 1,000 points. That's his high school career. Jackson joined the big group of Alta, being only the second player to hit this amazing achievement since 2000. We'd like to present Jackson with this custom basketball in his honor. On behalf of Coach Warren and the entire Alta basketball family, we're proud of you. We're grateful to be part of this journey with you. Congratulations, Jackson Johnson.
Congratulations, Jackson Johnson, a fantastic score. Only the second Alta Hawk since 2000 to score 1,000 points in his career. Honored here tonight at halftime. Halftime, 47-23, Alta leading Skyline. You're watching Alta High Basketball, presented by Opal Luxury Services on the Rewind Sports Network. Getting ready to start our second half. Alta High Basketball presented by Opal Luxury Services. Want to thank Mighty Dog Roofing, DDD Millionaire, and Handles Ice Cream for their sponsorship of Hawk Basketball. Dane Stewart, Jeff Larson, 47-23, Alta leading Skyline at the break. Jeff, we talked about Alta, the run game. We wondered if Skyline could keep pace. When you think of that first half, anything you look for differently in the second half? I know it's a one-sided game, but really, what are you looking for here in half number 2?
So for Skyline, what you want to do, their coach, they're just coming out from half, they didn't get a warm up, right? The coach in there talking to them. They want to play their game. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about what's going on. We want to play our game and play the best that we can play, right? And then you get halfway through the third quarter, you see maybe you made a run, and maybe you put a little more pressure on them. If you're Alta, you say, look, we want to come out in this first 3 minutes and just blitz them. Let's turn this, from 24 into 34 into 37 and just put this game away.
Well, and here's the tough thing. I mean, this region is so difficult that you're going to have battles night in, night out. How about the alley-oop just off the mark for Johnson? You got to find a way to be able to gut through some of these games and really kind of test your mettle. We'll see if Skyline has that in the second half. Alta, to your point, Jeff, they're coming out ready to play. It's Doliak for 3.
And it started on the defensive end, right? On the first pass, getting a tip run out for the off the backboard alley-oop that didn't work, then into a 3.
Yeah, that would have been a highlight for certain. Little tough turnaround, that one shy. Doliak
that an ankle?
keep it, yeah.
Hopefully that didn't get his ankle.
Other end, well, that pass just off the mark, kicked out. Rasmussen, the 3, long. And too strong on the other end.
He needs to put a little more touch on that as a quarterback because it's floated right over the top into the receiver's open hands.
I think it got caught up in the ventilation system.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. A little burst of AC coming in. Both these teams a little amped up. Started the second half. That shot won't go, and a loose ball foul here away from the basketball. Goodfellow going to be called here.
Just trying to keep Shaw off the offensive glass.
You talk about this region: Alta, Highland, Brighton, Olympus, Skyline. It is brutal. And talk about going to have tough nights. Got to find ways to play through it. That's the situation Skyline's in. The rejection from Johnson has Alta on the run. Jackson for 3. Short. Been a tough night shooting for Jackson tonight.
It has, and not particularly because there's been really tough defense. He's had some open looks, just struggled a little bit.
You know, at the start of the year, he had back-to-back games where I think he hit 4 threes in each. It might have even been more than that, but tonight he's had a couple of those open looks. They've been a little extended. He can hit that shot, but just hasn't been able to find it. Dash with the Handel's ice cream 3 for Alta.
One of those plays where you don't really have anything going. You're like, I'll just shoot it.
And with one of those 40% three-point shooters being Dash, there's a good shot he's going to make it. And he did. Shaw, baseline off the glass.
Great move, under control the whole time. Took his time. Strong move and finish.
I was curious to see if we'd see Landon exert some of that size and physicality tonight inside. Haven't seen it a ton, but there's an example of it. As Reiser, the drive here won't go, tapped up. Goodfellow keeps it alive. Here's Johnson. Doing his own work on the block and fouled.
I was going to say, Dane, that was a foul. It just took him a minute to blow his whistle.
That's the thing I love about Jackson Johnson. I mean, grew up watching this kid really being a perimeter player. He's developing an inside game. He's not afraid to go on the block, back kids down, trying to work positioning inside. Very balanced offensive game to Jackson Johnson.
That's the kind of player I like in the way that I like to play. Be able to go inside, outside, shoot, drive, do a little bit of everything.
Jeff doesn't remember this, but I did play him once, and that's exactly what he did. Although he did have a mean mid-range jumper. So, anyway.
I'm a little older now, Dane, so now it's just like, let me take you in the block.
Now it's not mean, it's polite at mid-range. Jump stop there. Becker sends out Shaw. Landon, little turnaround, no. Goodfellow in the paint, got a little separation. And we got an ankle down here for Skyline. Boy, Trenton Wells just trying to run that one off. You can tell he's a little.
Yeah, they got the sub coming in for him.
Yep. Foul here, going to go on Johnson.
Jackson reacted to someone in the crowd said.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear exactly what was said. Something about you can't bring that home, but.
And a foul here by Reiser. A couple quick fouls here on the Hawks.
You'll take that with that aggressive ball pressure and the turnovers that it causes.
Well, exactly, because, I mean, you're going to concede a couple of fouls like that, but how many times have we had steals and runouts for Alta leading to points? Shaw, a long three, able to hit it.
That was smooth. That looked nice and smooth.
Had a tough first half, but that's his second 3 of the contest, 8 now for Landon. Reiser seeing that lane open up, nice finish.
And that drive up a lot by the shooting of Alta, right? Shaw came over for the quick double team, but because of who he was guarding, having to get back out, that left that lane open instead of him continuing down in that defense.
Dash, that's a tough pull-up. Contested, didn't matter for Dash.
How many of those have you seen him make?
Yeah, a lot. Had a Doliak block the possession before that helped lead to that on the help side. That one lost. Over to Ace, it was deflected, didn't matter, still found its way through. Ace weaving through the whole defense to Goodfellow. And a timeout taken by Skyline. It is all out to the Hawks, soaring here in the third quarter, 63-28. Timeout, Eagles. Welcome back. You know what championships teams do? They put games away. 16-5 run for Alta here in the first 4.5 minutes of this third quarter.
And that's exactly what they need to do, Dane. Like I said, coming into halftime, your Alta, come in, just put it away right now. Don't let them hang around. Don't let them get any momentum. Just put them away.
Certainly, the Hawks have done their part of that. Another miscommunication there gives the ball to Alta. Papke working up with Jackson. Jackson, that's just a touch inside the line, won't go. Rebound by Becker. Rasmussen puts one up and draws the contact. David Rasmussen here to the line.
That's a tough foul call. I'm not saying it wasn't. That's a tough one to get with good position, hands up.
It felt like Rasmussen on that one recognized, hey, I'm just trying to get a shot up, create an opportunity, and the officials there do call that foul. This is the first. Alta fans right now saying ball don't lie.
So, Dane, I would be remiss if I didn't say, my kids didn't hear me say, make your free throws.
0 for 2 on the trip. There's an account on the Bird that I follow where it just says free throws are free. And 2 freebies left there from Skyline. Be out to basketball. That one sliced through the defense as we've got dual position. No, foul going to be called here. You talk about making free throws, Jeff. The team free throw percentage for Alta, 78%.
That'll get it done for a team.
So you want to talk about making free throws? The Hawks do. They haven't been there a lot tonight. In fact, we're going to walk the distance here, given the 15 foul, and it'll be 2 free throws coming up here for Rasmussen again.
Rasmussen on the line for Skyline. 2 shots.
So, I can't even say double bonus anymore. Man, it's a sad era. Bonus situation for Skyline for the rest of this third quarter. Rasmussen, second free throw. Yes, there you go. He and Shaw leading the way for Skyline with 8 apiece. Langford. Back out. Johnson. Foul here on a kick out there. This foul going to be called on Sorensen. The lob to Johnson. Jackson came up with it, and it's stripped by Sorensen. Sent over to Shaw. Looking to drive here on McKay. We'll send out. Bierman fouled here. Will work to the line, Bo Bierman. There's this foul on Langford. As Lindquist ready to come on the floor here. And 2 free throws first here for Bierman.
So Skyline has had some good moments. They just haven't been able to sustain those good moments long enough to actually make a run in this game. Like these last few possessions, they've gotten some turnovers on defense, gotten a number of free throws in a row. Like those are good things. They just need to keep building off that. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just keep moving, just keep playing, and try and build that momentum tail end of this game and build it up for your next game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the competitiveness of this region, but next up for Skyline is East. And look, that's a good East team, but that's a team that, they can be more competitive with rather than, the best team in the state, which I think Alta's shown in the early part of the year, but they flex that muscle tonight. But that'll be a game where Skyline can kind of get right again here in the early start of region play. Compton here to inbound. McKay left
perfect.
alone.
Like I said before, I like the baseline out of bounds, but I like when you're trying to score out of it, not just let me throw it out. Like, let's run a play to actually get a basket.
And they did. That was great movement to create the opportunity. How about the pull up there for Bierman? Nice take. Approaching 1 minute to go here in our third quarter. Johnson for three. Well, he hasn't hit a three yet tonight. In fact, Jackson Johnson just with 6 points.
And a lot of the threes that he's been shooting, he's had a guy close, like right in his face. He's trying to get it up. He's trying to make something happen, get himself going. He just hasn't been able to get there yet.
Young man averages 18 and 10 coming into the contest. That shot won't go, batted up. And we've got a foul. Guess where we're going? Yeah.
Living at the line the last 2 minutes of this quarter.
That's right, and Skyline really hasn't been able to take advantage of opportunities. They've hit a couple, but they've left some points at the line. And see if it's going to be Rasmussen again. That young man's getting a lot of free throw practice here in the third. And good on the first.
The student section giving it to him a little bit.
That one a little strong. Could tell coming out of the hand. Langford pushing for Alta. Papke, little baseline. What a go. Good aggressive take. This last touch there by Langford.
Getting some good varsity experience for some of these Alta backups.
Yep. Langford, boy, that's a great job coming over there, able to disrupt. Compton navigating traffic. Papke pulling from 15.
Too high and far. Looking up, had an open corner, but just put the ball too far and out of reach.
Kafusi back on the floor here for Skyline. 9.5 seconds left here in the quarter. Alta with a chance to do a little more damage here before we head to the fourth. On the drive, off the glass, count it. Bucket will count. And it will be Papke back to the line.
And that foul was on Cal Hopkins.
Good pickup, Jeff. Look at this guy, huh?
I'm trying.
And if we get the clock started, I think we're gonna call the quarter. There you go. Third quarter in the books, 70-34, all Alta. You're watching Alta High Basketball, presented by Opal Luxury Services on the Rewind Sports Network. Fourth and final quarter, 70-34, unofficial scoring leaders tonight through three for Alta. Dash and Carter Goliak with 13 apiece, 8 for Ace, 6 for Jackson Johnson, 7 for Papke, 6 for Goodfellow. Meanwhile, for Skyline, 9 for Rasmussen, 8 for Shaw, 6 for Bierman, and 5 for Becker. Others scoring for each side as Papke there able to hit the pull-up to start this fourth quarter.
So for Skyline, you look at this quarter and say, can we win this quarter? Let's win this quarter, beat Alta in this quarter, and see what we can do going forward. The other thing I might like to see is to see a specific play run to set up somebody in a specific position, right? So Kafusi trying to get there, trying to get to the basket, but can we set a screen and get somebody open for a specific shot as opposed to let's just running our offense and seeing what happens.
I mean, this is really an opportunity. We talk about more region games ahead for Skyline. This is your chance to go up against probably the best defense, well, not probably, the best defense in your region and test your stuff and give your players an opportunity to get more comfortable in it. If you can find ways to work against this Alta group, you can have success against the other teams in this region. I know that's easier said than done, but it is the truth. 72-36 now the score. We got substitutions going deep here. Colin Hansen has come on the floor. This is Mahe with it. In the air, count it. And how about that? Colin Hansen scoring. You see his teammates come over, dap him up a little bit. As Colin Hansen will head to the line here for a chance at a three-point play. And he's able to convert it. We do have a running clock scenario here in our fourth and final quarter. Our clock is a bit behind. We got caught a little off guard by that. We'll get that caught up for you here as soon as we can. Is this stolen? Langford. Oh, and blocked by Shaw. Alta thought probably could have been a goaltend, but it was close. It'll be a foul here instead. It'll be Alta to the line.
That's great athleticism to go up and get that.
First free throw from Hansen, good.
Kai Sorensen and Daniel Lazarus coming in for Skyline. You got Lance Hansen coming in for.
One more here for Colin. Shaw coming off the floor, would presume his night done. Rasmussen coming off as well as that free throw missed. Daniel Lazarus with it here for the Eagles. Works to Kafusi. He'll take the three. Won't go. Kept here by Lindquist. Tough shot. Captured there by Blake Hansen. Colin looking to drive.
Dane, this might be the furthest down in the shot clock Alta's gotten the whole night.
I was going to say it's inside of 10 on that shot clock. Blake kicks out. McKay straight away for three. No. Oh, I thought Alta was going to keep it. Yeah. Lazarus fouled here. The second Alta foul. Jeff, I know, I say you some video, give you an opportunity to kind of watch Alta, seeing them in person tonight. Is it different seeing it live, or is it what you expected from the Hawks?
It's always different seeing it live, Dane, to be able to watch and see what they do. But they do the same things. They did the same things tonight that I've seen on tape, right? It's get your eyes up the floor, pass the ball up to open guys, penetrate, either get a lay-in or kick it out for a three. Just guys all over the floor that can play and can make baskets and make a play for you.
Boy, tough shot there from Sorensen, able to make it. Good finish there. Abe Jager's come on the floor for Altas. Here's a three from Blake Hansen. No. And I'll go back to Skyline. Next up for Alta, they'll take on Highland. Highland coming off a nice region opening win. That'll be a really good contest as that shot won't go. We'll have that game for you, Alta Highland, right here on the Rewind Sports Network, as we'll have every Alta game from here through the rest of the year for the Hawks.
Alta just has Skyline going faster than what they're used to.
Yep,
what they're used to going, right? His goal is trying so hard to get around him, and then he can't gather the ball, and it gets tipped out, but he just can't quite gather the ball to be able to go up for a shot.
Well, and that's the thing with this pressure defense. They're so quick. It does make you kind of speed up offensively. If you're not used to it, it's going to lead to turnovers, and we've seen that really consistently tonight.
Right.
All right, so they did stop the clock here. 2:58 to go. We missed that one. Our apologies. There's a lot happening up here, so we appreciate your patience. We'll let the clock get caught up with ours. And you got to put more time on the shot clock here as that was tipped out. He's down to 7. still working on that.
We also have a player in for Skyline that we don't have on our roster sheet, number 1. Sorry to him and his family. We don't know your name because he's not on our roster.
We'll get that for you. Here's Hansen.
Good hands there. That was better. Didn't go too fast on that fast break to get the spin move. Didn't make the layup, but number 1 for Skyline is Ashton McIntyre.
There you go.
Into the game.
Another Alta substitution.
I think they have a shot clock. I think they're worried about the shot clock.
Colby Goodfellow's come on here. And we're still working through the clock here. It's got 2:08 on it, so we wanted to get ours kind of synced up there. Skyline to inbound. Here is McIntyre. Lazarus trying to back Hansen down. Physical battle. And a foul called there. 14th foul on Alta. As Jager back on the floor for the Hawks. Jager was a receiver for the Hawks football team this season. That is the 5th foul, so we work to the free throw line. First free throw from Lazarus is good.
In the scorebook.
Yeah. Mark it. Made them both.
Good looking free throws. When your time comes, step up and make them.
Yeah. Here's Jager. Will pull up from the junction, no. Offensive board, Lemon works over. Goodfellow rimmed out. Rebound by Kafusi. Little step around, nice take. Nice job there by Hopkins as that pass a little too tall, out of play. Kafusi gives to Lindquist. Foul called here on the drive will be free throws. They stop the clock with 26 seconds left. So Lindquist to the free throw line here. I've got the first point right there for Andrew Lindquist tonight. Nice. One more.
But I don't know how many free throws they've taken in the second half, but after missing those 2, seems like they've done a lot better job of making their free throws.
Yeah, starting to settle in there from the line. That pass deflected, kept here. And the cheer for Bear Strong, able to finish it off. Final seconds. Hopkins sends over 3 from Lindquist. There you go. Andrew Lindquist beats the horn to give Skyline a little positive energy heading to the locker room, but it was all Alta tonight. 78-47 your final. Jeff, your final thoughts and a selection of a player of the game.
So Alta's really good. Right, we knew it coming in. They proved it in this game. They didn't wait around to let Skyline think that they had a shot. They just put it on them early, right? For Skyline, they're still working through some things, right? They're trying to figure out who can score for them. You know, trying to work hard and figure that out. They'll keep doing that through region play. For a player of the game, I think I'm going to go with the big guy, Doliak. Right, he had some great stuff at the rim, made three-pointer, right? Played good defense, so we're going to go with Doliak.
I love that pick. Carter Doliak was great defensively, had 8 in the second quarter, unofficially with 13 tonight. Carter Doliak, a phenomenal game. Very balanced effort for Alta. The defense helping to get separation as they soar past Skyline. Your final score, 78-47. The Hawks, the victors tonight to improve to 2-0 in region play. Their next game, they'll take on Highland. We'll have that game for you right here on the Rewind Sports Network. Want to thank you for joining us. For Doug Jardine, Jeff Larson, my name is Dane Stewart. I want to thank you for joining us tonight for Alta High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Opal Luxury Services.